We've all heard the saying, "You are what you eat." But what if the foods we consume every day are not only affecting our physical health but also our mental well-being? Ultra-processed foods, those convenient, ready-to-eat items that dominate grocery store shelves, are more than just empty calories. They have a profound impact on our mood, energy levels, and even long-term mental health. Today, we're going to explore the connection between ultra-processed foods and mental health, diving into the latest research to understand how these foods can affect our brains, emotions, and overall quality of life. This isn't about eliminating everything from your diet, but about understanding how what you eat can influence how you feel. Let's begin. 1. What are ultra-processed foods? A definition and overview. Before we can understand how these foods impact our mental health, it's important to know what we're talking about when we say ultra-processed foods. Definition of ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods are items that have been heavily modified from their original form through industrial processes. They often contain ingredients that you wouldn't find in a home kitchen, such as preservatives, artificial colors, sweeteners, and flavor enhancers. Think of things like packaged snacks, sugary cereals, soft drinks, instant noodles, and many frozen meals. The role of additives and preservatives. A study published in Public Health Nutrition highlighted that ultra-processed foods make up more than 50% of the calories consumed in many Western diets. These foods are designed to be highly palatable, making them difficult to resist, but they lack the essential nutrients needed for good health. Research reference. 1. Public Health Nutrition revealed that ultra-processed foods dominate the diet in many countries, contributing to poor nutritional intake and increased risks to both physical and mental health. 2. The gut-brain connection. How food affects mood. One of the most critical links between diet and mental health is the gut-brain axis, a two-way communication system between the gastrointestinal tract and the brain. This system is largely influenced by the microbiome, the trillions of bacteria that live in your gut. Ultra-processed foods and gut health. Ultra-processed foods tend to be low in fiber and high in sugar, which can disrupt the balance of beneficial bacteria in the gut. This disruption can lead to dysbiosis, a condition where harmful bacteria outnumber the good ones. A study published in Molecular Psychiatry found that dysbiosis is linked to increased levels of anxiety and depression because it affects the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin, which regulates mood. When the gut is imbalanced, it sends distress signals to the brain, leading to feelings of anxiety, irritability, and low mood. This is why you might feel down after consuming a diet rich in processed foods. Research reference. 1. Molecular Psychiatry highlighted the link between gut dysbiosis caused by ultra-processed foods and increased risk of anxiety and depression due to disrupted neurotransmitter production. 3. Sugar, artificial sweeteners, and mood swings. Ultra-processed foods are often loaded with sugar and artificial sweeteners, which can have significant effects on mood and mental health. While sugar may provide a quick energy boost, it's often followed by a crash that can leave you feeling tired, irritable, and mentally foggy. The science of sugar and mood. A study in Scientific Reports found that high sugar intake is associated with an increased risk of mood disorders like depression. When you consume sugary foods, your blood sugar levels spike rapidly, leading to a surge of insulin to bring those levels back down. This can result in a blood sugar crash, which leaves you feeling tired and anxious. Artificial sweeteners, often marketed as a healthier alternative, can also have negative effects. Research from Frontiers in Behavioral Neuroscience suggests that some artificial sweeteners may alter the balance of gut bacteria, leading to increased symptoms of anxiety and depression. Research reference. 1. Scientific Reports found a correlation between high sugar consumption and an increased risk of depression, while Frontiers in Behavioral Neuroscience highlighted the adverse effects of artificial sweeteners on mood and gut health. 4. Inflammation in the brain. The hidden impact of processed foods. Ultra-processed foods are also known to increase inflammation in the body, which is a significant factor in the development of mental health conditions. Chronic inflammation can affect the brain's ability to produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are critical for maintaining a stable mood. How inflammatory foods affect mental health. A study published in The Lancet Psychiatry found that individuals with diets high in ultra-processed foods have higher levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of inflammation, which has been linked to increased rates of depression. This inflammation can alter brain function, contributing to feelings of hopelessness, fatigue, and difficulty concentrating. Foods like refined carbohydrates, hydrogenated oils, and processed meats contribute to this inflammatory response. On the other hand, anti-inflammatory foods like fruits, vegetables, and omega-3 fatty acids can help counteract this effect. Research reference. 1. The Lancet Psychiatry highlighted the link between high inflammation levels from ultra-processed foods and increased rates of depression and cognitive decline. 5. The role of nutritional deficiencies in mental health. Ultra-processed foods are often low in essential nutrients like B vitamins, magnesium, zinc, and omega-3 fatty acids, which play critical roles in brain health. These deficiencies can impair the brain's ability to regulate mood and cognitive function. Nutrient deficiencies and depression. A study published in Psychiatry Research found that individuals with diets lacking in these nutrients are more likely to suffer from anxiety and depression. For example, omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish and nuts, are essential for brain cell communication. Without them, the brain's ability to produce serotonin is compromised, leading to mood disorders. Research reference. 1. Psychiatry research demonstrated the link between nutrient deficiencies caused by diets high in ultra-processed foods and increased risk of anxiety and depression. 6. The vicious cycle. Emotional eating and ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods are often used as comfort foods, especially during times of stress or sadness. But while they might provide temporary relief, they can actually worsen mood in the long run. Emotional eating and its impact on mental health. A study published in Appetite found that people who turn to ultra-processed foods for comfort are more likely to experience negative emotions like guilt and shame afterward, which can fuel a cycle of emotional eating. This cycle not only impacts physical health but also traps individuals in a loop of anxiety and low self-esteem. Breaking this cycle requires recognizing the role that food plays in your emotional life and learning to replace unhealthy comfort foods with healthier alternatives. Research reference. 1. Appetite highlighted the negative cycle of emotional eating and its impact on mood and self-esteem, especially when relying on ultra-processed foods for comfort. 7. Practical tips for reducing ultra-processed foods and improving mental health. Now that we understand the impact of ultra-processed foods on mental health, let's look at some practical ways to make healthier choices. Choose whole foods. Focus on a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. These foods support a healthy gut microbiome and provide the nutrients your brain needs to function optimally. Read labels. Be mindful of ingredients in packaged foods. If you see a long list of unfamiliar chemicals, it's likely ultra-processed. Incorporate omega-3s. Foods like salmon, chia seeds, and walnuts are rich in omega-3s, which support brain health and reduce inflammation. Limit sugar intake. Swap sugary drinks and snacks for natural alternatives like water with lemon, fresh fruit, or dark chocolate with minimal sugar. Practice mindful eating. Pay attention to how certain foods make you feel after you eat them. Notice if processed foods leave you feeling sluggish or anxious and make adjustments accordingly. Research reference for tips. 1. A study in nutritional neuroscience found that diets high in whole foods improve mental health outcomes compared to diets rich in ultra-processed foods. Closing thoughts. Your diet, your mind, your choice. The foods we eat play a critical role in shaping our mental health. While ultra-processed foods may be convenient, they come with a hidden cost, one that affects not only our physical health but also our mood, focus, and emotional well-being. By understanding the impact of these foods and making conscious choices to include more whole, nutrient-dense foods in your diet, you can take control of your mental health and improve your quality of life. Subscribe to PulseCheck for more evidence-based insights and practical advice on living a healthier, happier life. Let's make better choices together, one meal at a time.